Hello everyone and welcome to our I Pick My Butt video. More Survivor.io and chapter 65 has been completed. I'm glad to put this one behind me here, although still have to do the trials one of these days. But this one didn't really know what to expect. This was first try running it through, and we're using the same old gear we typically use on it here. If you haven't seen any of the latest videos, we're going to be going in with the Light Chaser, Trendy Charm, Turtle Gloves, going for the Eternal suit, and then Stylish belt, and then Eternal boots there. So that's pretty much the gear that we have. Tech parts we're going in with the drones, lightning emitter, drill, and then defense side we went rocket, bricks, and guardian on it. So really things I was mainly focused on was going for the drones. At one point when the bears started coming out, I said, oh shoot, bears are coming out early. I better start prepping for Guardian, and pretty much I never got Guardian, but I got a whole bunch of other stuff in hopes of leaving a slot open for the Guardian. It just didn't happen, but luckily it wasn't needed. Now, I am going in at 24,400 and something attack, so to kind of gauge it on it here, it didn't really seem like too much of a struggle for me. Maybe the last boss was probably the hardest part, but I think I might have just been playing sloppy from being on, medicine for the cold and everything. But we'll go over the moments that you need to watch out for in a second. But first, it's a 15-minute chapter up and down. So that means that we're going to be getting elites at 2 minutes, 9 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes, and 13 minutes, with bosses at 5, 10, and 15 minutes. Now, the elite at 2-minute mark is going to spawn some bears, as you can see here. And after watching this, I was kind of thinking to myself of maybe if I didn't kill this thing right away, I could use it to farm the bears. But I don't think I want this guy around. He is pretty tanky for the most part. But you can see we dropped him. But obviously, be careful of those bears. But our first real surprise here is going to be at the 2 minute and 30-second mark, where we're going to get swarmed by a whole bunch of bears. Now, my suggestion would be is to work your way in one direction, see how it goes, just try to escape these things. But like I said, we're at 24,400 for attack, and these things are not dropping fast at all. We do have a couple into the drones already, and Light Chaser, I think we're rocking maybe 3 waves on it. But you can see if you don't have this attack, this could definitely be like a hell chapter for you. So luckily it doesn't last super long, and they are good for dropping biofuel, so it's a good way to farm up on it, at least till you run up to the 5-minute mark. But don't worry, the bears aren't actually in the game till the 5-minute mark. They only run for about 30 seconds, so 2 minutes, 30 seconds to about 3-minute mark. That's going to be where we're running those. But here is our first boss right here, Head Technician. And usually this guy's pretty scary, but you see how fast he's dropping. So not really a tanky one, what I would typically expect to see from our first boss. So that should be pretty gravy for the most part, and hopefully you can drop him as fast as I did. But you got a couple of minutes to farm away, and then at the 7-minute mark, we're going to be getting more bears. Pretty much same as the bears that you had earlier. They're not going to go and then spawn smaller bears when you kill them, but this one's going to last for a full minute. But at the 9-minute mark, you're going to run into Cucumber Orange Pants here, so make sure you kill this guy as fast as possible, because we're going to get more bears, and these bears are going to be the ones that spawn smaller bears on there. So just keep that in mind. Don't go blasting through them. Just know that there's going to be a good chance if you kill one bear, a smaller one's going to be right underneath it. And this is going to be running all the way up to the 10-minute mark, where we're going to Terror Echo here. And this was probably the easiest boss out of them all. Yes, the first one died pretty quickly, but as long as you keep on moving on this, the Eternal boot speed was really enough just to kind of, keep him from hitting me. He does do a bunch of small dashes, and then there'll usually be one long dash in there, but you can see we're just running around and it's missing me every single time. So another easy one, I'll take it. I love the chapters with easy bosses. Even though I do like a good challenge here and there, this one really was just a lot of running around. And coming out of the 10-minute mark, you're going to get hit with more bears. And this is going to run all the way to the 11-minute mark. I really kind of enjoy how they switched up the style on it. It seemed like they were getting pretty consistent of, the 11 and 12-minute mark of all the crazy bosses and mobs coming out. But at the 11-minute mark, that's where all these bears are going to kind of just start trickling down. The next mobs are kind of like those snail-looking type things, but we do have the elite that comes out, which is going to be a bear. So it could be a little bit of a weird transition. You saw me kind of keep a couple of bombs on the side there just to be safe. So that might be a way to kind of consider, or plan ahead, so you don't have to worry about dealing with all the bears swamping you as the big one comes through. At the 12-minute mark, it'll once again be another Cucumber there with the orange pants, and more bears coming at you again. And then it'll run all the way to the 13-minute mark, where the bears will eventually trickle down, and then we'll get hit with another big bear elite. And from there, it's just kind of a matter of farming up to wait all the way for the 15-minute mark, which is going to be that bear that walks around on its hind legs. I forget the name of it. I think it might be like King something. There we are right there. King Bruin, I believe that says. But this one was a little bit trickier, and we faced this one before. You see the jump there, so it is delayed just kind of like the Scorpion does. The other thing it'll do is it'll try to run at you and slash and swing at its arms. I actually enjoy the animation for it. Looks kind of goofy, but you got me there. Wasn't really paying as fast of attention as I could, so wish I maybe would have gotten some shoes. There's the arms right there. Something about it just cracks me up when I see that. So there is 2 other moves that he's going to do. He's just going to kind of stand in place and charge up like that right there, which is going to make the blue orbs go over the way. And then the one that can be kind of tricky because we're in close quarters is he will spawn other bears to go around. Now, luckily the bears did drop halfway decently quick, I guess I should say, but you'll see it here in a second. It's going to spawn maybe, I think, 2 or 3 of them out at a time. It was just kind of surprising. I didn't expect it, but just be careful of those. Obviously, he can one-shot you. I wasn't going to test my patience with the bears there that come out, but I think we die one more time just from being stupid on this, and then we go and get our actual orb revived there. So yeah, bears took me down. But that's it, guys. That's chapter 65. So curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't joined the Discord already, join up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, I pick my butt.